Welcome back to Pratik Academy. We are discussing on chapter classification of elements. In previous video, we have started discussing on modern periodic table. In this video, we will discuss on periodic trends observed in modern periodic table. So first question is, what is meant by periodic trends? So when we observe or when scientists studied properties of different elements in modern periodic table, they observed some regularity or pattern within properties of these elements. Okay, this regularity or pattern is called as a periodic trends. In this standard, we will study three such trends: trends in valency, periodic trends in atomic size, and periodic trend in metallic non-metallic character of an element. We will study these three trends one by one. Okay, so first we will study valency. We know that valency of an element can be determined by knowing number of electrons present in the outermost shell of that atom. Okay, that's number of atoms. That number of electrons we call as a valence electrons. Okay, so here consider this figure. Here in case of group 1, in hydrogen valence electron is 1. In lithium, number of electrons in outermost shell is again 1. In case of sodium, it is also again 1. If you consider group number 2, then here beryllium consists of 2 atoms, magnesium consists of 2 atoms in its outermost shell. So that is first conclusion, that number of valence electrons and remains same in any group. That means valency remains constant in any group. Okay, all the elements belonging to particular group have same valency because number of valence electrons remains same. Okay, now if we go by period, consider in first period. Here hydrogen is having 1 electron, helium is having 2 electron. Here in second, lithium is having 1 valence electron, beryllium is having 2 valence electron, boron 3, 4, 5. In same way, that means when we go in period from left to right, valence of element changes gradually. Okay, because number of valence electrons are increasing by one. Okay, so this is trend in valency of uh, valence of an element within group and period. So next is atomic size. So first, atomic size of an atom is determined by its radius. So what is radius? Atomic radius is defined as the distance between nucleus of an atom and its outermost shell. This distance is called as a atomic size. Okay, and it is measured in unit picometer. Okay, so consider this figure first. Here in case of group 1, in first hydrogen is having only one shell, lithium is having two shells, sodium is having three shells, potassium is having four shells. So as we go from top to bottom, number of shells are increasing one by one. So automatically distance between nucleus and outermost shell is increasing gradually. That is, we can say that when we grow uh, down in any group, size of atom is increasing gradually because number of shells are increasing from top to bottom. Now let's see how atomic size show change in a period. So consider second period or third period. Here we can observe that if you go from left to right, number of electrons are increasing one by one. In second group, in third period also, number of electrons are increasing one by one. Okay, sodium is having one valence electron, magnesium is having two valence electron, silicon is having 4. Okay, chlorine is having 7 valence electron. The number of valence electrons are increasing from left to right. Okay, and atomic number is also increasing. Okay, so as number of valence electrons are increasing, at the same time number of protons in nucleus of atom are also increasing, because we know that as atom is electrically neutral, number of protons is equal to number of electrons. As electrons are increasing in outermost shell, in same way number of uh, number of protons in atom of that in nucleus of that atom are also increasing one by one. But if you observe here that in second period there are only two shells remains constant from left to right side. In case of third period, number of shells remains constant, that is 3, and electrons are increasing, and in the same way protons are increasing. So as number of protons in nucleus are increased, therefore in nucleus there is a large positive charge, or positive charge in nucleus of that atom is increasing continuously, and this large positive charge is attracting outermost shell electrons with greater force. So due to increased greater force, size of atom is decreasing from left to right. So initially, if we just observe here, then we can initially say that, or our initial conclusion will be, as number of electrons increasing, size of atom should increase. But this is actual conclusion is contradictory to that, because as number of electrons are increasing, but this increase of electrons is in same shell, that means distance of that electrons from nucleus is remains constant always. But as electrons are increasing, in the same way in nucleus protons are increasing, and as number of protons are increased, positive force will be increased from left to right, and this force will attract electrons with greater force towards nucleus. Therefore size is decreasing from left to right. Okay, so next we will discuss the metallic and non-metallic character. So first we will discuss what is electropositivity. So we know that metals is having tendency to lose electrons, okay, to become uh, while forming bonds. Metals are having tendency to lose electrons. This tendency to lose electron is called as a electropositivity, and this is the measure of metallic character of that element. More electropositivity, if element is showing, if metal is showing more electropositivity, then this metal is called as having higher metallic character. If element is showing less electropositivity, then that element is called as less metallic character. Okay, in same way electronegativity, we know that atoms of non-metal are having tendency to attract electron or to gain electron from outside. This tendency is called as a non-metallic character of that element. Okay, so let's discuss its trend first in group. So we know that while going down in any group, atomic size increases, okay, that we have discussed earlier. Therefore as we move down in any group, attraction force of nucleus exerted by, sorry, if when we go down in any group, then force of attraction exerted by nucleus on outermost shell electron will decrease because distance is increasing. Therefore as attraction force on electron is decreasing, this electron can be easily removed by that outermost shell electrons. That means element can lose this outermost shell electron easily, but at the same time it required great effort to gain any outside electron. That means here when we go from top to bottom, tendency of atom to lose electron increasing and gain electron decreases. That means in any group, when we go from top to bottom, metallic character, that is electropositivity of element is goes on increasing, while electronegativity, that is non-metallic character, that is tendency to attract electron, is goes on decreasing. So this is periodic trend of in group. Then we will see its trend in period. We know that when we go left to right in any period, atomic size of that element is decreases. So as atomic size decreases, force is increases on that element, and as attraction force is increasing, therefore the element can gain easily outer an electron which is outer side. That is, as force is increasing, that nucleus can attract outer electrons more easily towards itself, as go uh, as go from left to right side. But at the same time, it required more effort to lose electron from, or we have to put some extra effort to lose electrons or to remove electron from its outermost shell. That is, when we go from left to right in any period, electronegativity, that is tendency to attract outer electrons, is increasing. Okay, it is non-metallic character. And in opposite way, if electropositivity, that is metallic character, that is tendency to lose electrons, is decreasing when we go from left to right. So this is periodic trend in metallic and non-metallic character. Okay, so there is one important diagram given in textbook. This diagram is clearly showing what are the trends in single picture. Okay, study this diagram carefully. Okay, we will see gradation in halogen family. So what is meant by halogen family? All the elements which are entered in group 17 number are called as halogen family members. Okay, they are generally given by molecular formula X2. Okay, for example Cl2, then HCl2, then uh, fluorine F2. These are the examples: fluorine, chlorine, okay, iodine. Okay, when gradation in this observed is that gradation is observed in physical state of elements. So we will study gradation. The first two elements, that is fluorine and chlorine, are in gaseous states. When we go down, bromine is observed in liquid state, and iodine is found in solid state. So here gradation is in physical states, from gas to solid. Gradation is observed. This is gradation in halogen family. And last is gradation in alkaline earth metals. So here gradation observed in the reactivity of elements while going down in group. So while going down in group, reactivity of alkaline metals goes on increasing, because there is a increase in electropositivity, as we discussed in earlier. Okay, that is beryllium, sorry, uh, beryllium is less reactive than magnesium, then calcium, then strontium, and barium. Okay, so beryllium does not react with water. Magnesium can react with steam because it is more reactive, and calcium, strontium, and barium are react with water at room temperature with increasing rates. So these are the gradation in metallic property or reactivity of alkaline earth metals. Okay, so in this way we have discussed uh, second chapter. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Okay. Thank you.